Welcome to Thursday Night with Pineapple. I am your host, Terrence Ramses, aka Mr. Pineapple. I am the CIO of Royal Blossom Company and the host of the Thursday Night with Pineapple. Those of you who do not know who I am originally from Brunswick, New Jersey. I got a West Indian background of the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And I am excited. Just a little brief background about myself. I'm excited about this particular segment is a big part of the fashion industry, and this guest is phenomenal. She's going to be talking about some amazing things. But before we get into that, I want to give you a little bit of background about the vision of the brand, a little bit more about myself as well. I'm currently based in Tampa, Florida. Um, I went to school at Bethune-Cookman University. As you see, I got the Wildcat colors on, and I got my Bethune-Cookman book beanie, not beanie, bucket. Got the Royal Blossom Company on there as well. So I graduated from there from 2007 to 2002. I went to school there from 2007 to 2012. I graduated with a business administration degree, concentration in marketing. I've stayed there a couple of years after that. Always been an entrepreneur at heart. Been a natural hustler. Just wanted to get into the fashion industry. Also, I'm an artist as well, a fine artist. I had two artists on last month. Just shedding our testimonies and how art affects the community, how it affects us as creatives. And I just wanted to put my arts down for a little bit to study business, to know the ins and outs, and study numbers, credit, and everything else, how to build a business. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of briefly about the Royal Blossom Company, formerly known as Right Brand Clothing. Also, the mission of the brand is to restore, build, create, to restore all the wealth and resources been lost in our communities, to build up the youth and children that are coming behind us, to create a unique commonwealth of like-minded entrepreneurs to put them back in their God-given purpose and talents. And our brand values is to be fun, spirited, and passionate about everything you do in God. Before we get into to the guest, we got a few updates. I'm excited. So this weekend, this Saturday, we're gonna be at the St. Pete Community Festival. I'm gonna go ahead and put up this flyer right here. We're gonna have a phenomenal lineup. We're gonna be set out there from 1 to 9:30, along with a lot of other vendors. It's going to be a community festival. It's going to be a nice vibe at Azil Park in St. Petersburg, Florida. There's going to be some great people out there, fun fellowship vibes. Come on through. It's free. It's pretty much going to be the majority of the day. You're going to be listening to some rock and roll, some smooth jazz, some reggae, of course. The Royal Blossom Company is Caribbean-based brand as well. So we're gonna be out there fellowshipping with Aaron Bryce and those boys, and we're gonna have a great time. This is their 5th annual community fest, and I'm excited for what's going to happen this next Saturday that's coming up. This in 2 days. This is also the Facebook page. You'll go there. Uh, RSVP if you're going. This flyer is on my page and on the community page as well. Here's the other part of the flyer as well. So this is going to be posted all over Azil Park. So we're going to be out there. We're going to have some special deals as well. Also going to have this legendary dad hat. We're going to have that as well too. That's the Deep Soul Sister I call. So a lot of the ladies like the denim hats, dad hats, vintage hats that we have too. Have the Caribbean-based rhythm dad hat as well. So this is a unisex hat. So all the hats are pretty much unisex. Men or women could wear them as well. Also, before we talk about this, so this is actually in production. This tank top specifically officially started this one specifically. So that one's in production. It's going to be a limited quantity just to get some of the momentum back from the brand as well. So that one is going to be here in like about a week and a half. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get your orders in. So I'm going to go ahead and put my code in there. So where you can go to the website and check us out. So you go to the website or scan this QR code. So it'll be www.royalblossompodcast.co. You can go to the Facebook page, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Royal Blossom 2018. Also, subscribe to the Royal Blossom Podcast on Rumble. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Royal Blossom Company. You scan this QR code, it'll take you right to the website specifically. Let's see here. I got this tank top right here. This is the specific tank top. So if you want to scan this QR code, the tank tops is available for pre-order. So it's going to be from medium to 3XL men's measurement. So that one is a men's tank top. There's going to be a female version coming out. There's going to be that. I'm going to have that in the next production. So that next production is going to come out at the end of the month. So all the tank tops are available for pre-order. So you go ahead, go to the website, www.royalblossompodcast.co. Also, if you need any type of private label services like logos, any type of custom made shirts, if you need anything that has to do with like fashion, dresses, do you have anything that you want to get done? I have a private label consulting firm called Fashion Silk Pay Law. So what happens with this consulting agency? So I'll be able to do like custom designs for you, sketches, do like tech packs. I have do private label things like that. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns about that, if you're trying to get a fashion label, if you want to know, take some classes on how to build a brand or how to get started, or if you stuck any ideas, I'm here to help you with that. Also, we're gonna have this month the actual website for the private label will be out. You'll be able to have put in inquiries as far as that. Just going to build that out as well. So I'm working on currently about 2 or 3 different orders right now as we speak. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put some content up. So I like energy. I'm a person that likes high energy, somebody who's, dedicated. I like people they like to have fun. They're impressionable. They like the camera. They're not shy when it comes to the camera. So definitely that's a big part of why I brought this particular guest on too, because she's not camera shy. She's friendly. She know how to talk to people, and she knows how to talk into the camera. I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. Hello. This is the TKC 2025 Garden of Eden Tea Party. Look at all of these beautiful ladies out here, the different colors. We acknowledge them all. Everybody came out today in their tea party attire. And if you did not come, you definitely missed the treat. You're going to have to wait till next year to get all of this action here at the 2025 Tea Party Garden of Eden. All right, everybody, we want to thank y'all for coming out. The Women of Royalty presented the 2025 Garden of Eden Tea Party. Don't nobody do it like this here, honey. TKC got it going on, and all of these beautiful ladies to represent. And we hope y'all come back next year and join us, honey. This year was a Garden of Eden Tea Party. You don't know what next year is going to be. Thank you. We love you here at TKC, baby.
So I think this word, so I'm going to put on another video. Hold on one second. So this year's word has been a key word for me specifically as well. This year's word is discipline. Okay? Discipline when it comes to your spirit, your mind, body, and soul. And I love this next video that I'm about to show you as well. I'm gonna show you what it means to be disciplined. Okay, I'm gonna show you.
3 more. 8, 9, and 10. Perfect.
Listen, the summer is coming up, spring is starting to come out. We out here getting in shape. We eating right. We eating clean. We getting lean. We getting building muscle, and we building discipline in this season. So I'll tell you a little backstory about how I met Miss Sharon. So I met her at a few different events. I met her at Fashion Week and a few other networking events. And man, she know how to dress. She know how to talk. She's very impressionable. She know how to talk to people. We had a couple of conversations and we exchanged contact information, and we've been connected since, and we've been following each other, and I've watched a lot of her content. Yeah, she's have been growing over the last year and a half since I've known her, and I see her career taking off sometime at the end of this year as well, because her credentials and her discipline and everything that she's doing out here in the community, out here in the Orlando area. She's been growing. I've been noticing that, and I actually seen her on one of these commercials one time, and I was actually just on my social media just scrolling, and I saw it. I was like, oh, I looked at that. I said, is that? I said, that Miss Sharon. Well, I saw her. I was like, Miss Sharon, that's you. She's like, yeah, that's me. I said, you doing big things. I thought I was doing big things. She over here doing big things. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring our guest on, but I'm gonna play a little bit of music. I got per special request. We're gonna go ahead and turn it up a little bit because we like to have fun on this podcast, because you just don't know what angle we coming from each week. I'm telling you, we got to blast it. We're gonna go ahead and bring Miss Sharon on. Better act like you know it. You know it. Boy, we mess around, turn this thing up. Boy, I don't want to have that whole song play. They gonna get distracted. They gonna start putting they boots and stuff on and their fedoras on and their cigars. How you doing today, Miss Sharon?
I am blessed and highly favored. How about
Oh,
you?
yeah, hey man, I'm blessed and highly favored myself. I'm doing amazing. It's been warming up. We out here getting right. We being disciplined like yourself. Everything is good.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, and what made you get into acting.
Well, of course, my name is Sharon McKay Angwin, aka known as Bronze Beauty on GKI Radio. I
Okay.
am I reside, I'm gonna say I live in Orlando, Florida, and I am originally from Lubbock, Texas. You know they say everything in Texas is big, baby. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. Texas. Okay, that explains it. Okay.
Texas. And how did I get off into acting? Was that your question?
Yes.
I would say probably about 2010. Of course, I am a United States Army veteran. I was make that clear. And I got off into acting in 2010. I wanted to be a model, but I come across walking, and she said, "You know what?" She said, "You got a little personality about yourself. You got a little sass. I think you could really be a good actress." I was like, "Oh, that's not what I came in here for, lady. But if you want me to be an actress, I will try both." And I started out at John Casablanca, and I walked that runway, and I did me some acting classes, and I have not stopped since. So
Mm,
it's my thing.
okay. Okay. So you've been in the game for about 16 years now.
Yeah, about 16. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what's some of your credentials as far as acting, like some of your credits?
Woo. Okay, let's see. Well, definitely a little TV. I would say I'm gonna start off small. Say a little theater. I should have did theater. I would say when I was in high school, but I decided to take on everything later on. Even though I'm seasoned, honey, it's never too late to become successful. So my thing was I've done a little TV, a little film, a little commercial, a little theater, and of course my favorite is voiceover. And I've been doing that for about the past 2 years, but I love everything and anything I do when it comes to the camera. Because what? I'm not camera shy, honey. And I'm
I,
definitely not ashamed or scared to talk to people. So I got a little personality about myself.
yes, you do. Now, how did you get into voice acting?
Probably about 2 years ago, I was looking online and I actually saw, I'm going to say my favorite coach, of course, is Jesse Carroll in the school group that's SKOOL. And I was just going through I was not only going through Facebook, I was going through YouTube. It was very interesting that he says, okay, it's taken about 7 years how he has become a millionaire. Wait a minute now, honey. If he's gonna become a millionaire talking in a microphone and I ain't scared, that's what I need to be doing. So probably about 2 years ago, I got off into the voice acting, but about 5 years ago, I started with Ari Smith, also now known as God King Images, GKI Radio. And I actually have what we call a podcast. So that kind of helped and led to me doing the voiceover, having the podcast, being able to speak, having guests. And then I was like, okay, why don't I try it? But mainly, when I got on the school app, that changed my life. We're a big family there. And I don't know, it's exciting to be able to do and make money and become successful in the presence of your own home. That was different for me.
Okay, okay. What do you see yourself as far as voice acting? Do you see that as a long-term thing, or is it just something that you do on the side?
Oh no, honey. Voiceover is not a side chick. This is a full-time thing.
It's a full-time thing.
You better, because I'm gonna become $100,000. I'm manifesting this year. I will be rich being a voiceover artist.
Okay. Okay, so we had to change the background a little bit. We had to put a diamond in the background.
That's right, baby. Look. This is diamond. My voiceover closet is diamond. Hey, we shine brighter than the diamond when we get on that mic, baby.
Okay, now do you voice over for like any type of like cartoons or any type of anime or any type of animation like that, or is it just regular voiceover for like different just TV shows?
Well, believe it or not, I am just now starting the animation training. I don't understand why my nerves is bad when it's time for me to change it to another character, because every day I got a different personality. So that should not be an issue. So I'm actually starting to do the animation training soon. That way I can let some of this soul sass come out in one of those characters. So that's soon to be. But right now it's more TV, commercials. They have a lot of narration. I love narration. Oh my God, I love narration. I love phone calls. I love radio ads, online ads, you name it. But animation is probably where I'm actually looking to get off into. I actually reached out to Cree Sumner. She is the creator of Rugrats. And so who knows, they say that everything comes true when you pray about it. And that's one thing that I noticed that she's liking it. I don't know if it's her, but if Cree Sumner, you watching, I am your next actress for Rugrats or any other project she has coming up. So that's one thing that I'm aiming to do. And that is animation. So I'll have to get ready.
Okay, so you trying to be the next Susie Carmichael mom out there.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
But not only that, I actually just recently came back from New York, and I was with the vice president of CESD for possible representation in New York, Atlanta, Chicago, and did I say them all? LA. And he was telling me that I was a little sassy, but he wanted me to do medical reads. So I made sure that before I got to New York that I had me a good medical read down, because I don't feel like there's enough African Americans that do the medical reads. So I actually want to either be the first one or the next one to get to nail those medical reads. So if you hear me saying, well, this is Zeph bound, here are the side effects, that's going to be me, but I'll make sure I do it without an attitude. Okay.
So hold on. So you gonna be reading prescriptions?
Yes. When you see that ad come up on TV, whether it's Manjaro, Zeph bound, Jardiance, that's exactly what I'm aiming for, because there's just not enough African Americans that do that. Plus, it's a whole lot of money.
I can't see you. I don't know.
How could you not see me doing a medical ad?
I can see you doing but I don't know. I can see you reading off prescriptions with too much emphasis.
Well, that's what he was saying, that I'm a little bit too sassy. That medications are not read with sass.
No.
So that's what I'm actually signing up with a dialect coach to kind of tone it down a little bit, because if I want to be in that realm, we got to take some of this sassy out. I want the person to be able to take the medication. I want them to think that what I'm saying or doing is a side effect. So that I'm working on it. Okay, God ain't through with me yet.
Oh my goodness. So how many commercials have you been in so far? You was talking about your commercial resume. How many commercials have you been into?
Well, I mean, believe it or not, the commercial world, I keep it real. Commercial world has been kind of tough, but the ones that I was supposed to get, I was actually blessed to have them. And my most recent one, of course, is the biggest one of them all is the USAA. And USAA calling all moms, it definitely changed my life, as well as ViStar Credit Union. So those
Okay,
were big
yeah,
breaks for me.
yeah, that's the one I was talking about before I brought you on. Yeah, you
Okay.
was. I had to look at it twice. That is her. Okay, yeah, you was looking clean in there. Like that's a different type of camera. That's 12K.
Oh yeah,
Big money.
of course, of course. That
Okay,
was a highlight of my life. It really was. I actually had to audition for that, and I got it the third time.
okay.
They say three is a charm, and
You that
me,
lucky number.
I do it now, but I do everything in threes except marriage and babies, honey. No, I told you, Mike. I should have warned you. You got to be ready because ain't anything could come out of my mouth.
Hey, it'd be like that. That's what this podcast is about. You just don't know what angle we coming from. That's
Right,
fine.
right.
Okay.
But
So
three is a charm.
how did you get in contact with USAA to do a commercial like that? Because I know it's kind of like hard to get into that realm. How did you stumble across that?
Well, first of all, I have agents. I have several agents. One of my most favorite agent is, of course, Marshall Talent. I've talent and model agency as well as Professionally Pretty. And
Okay.
I mean, basically, I just applied. They submitted me for it, is what they did. And I just had to keep auditioning. And my favorite coach that gives me all my commercials, of course, Larissa Maloney, if you're owned, or Mahoney, if I'm saying it correct, she was the one that actually did the self-tape with me, as well as Adam Veneer. So all of them have put up with me. Avis Marie Barnes. Trust me, I was auditioning for this commercial. And when God saw fit, that is when I was blessed to get it. So it's basically you can self-submit. You can actually go out there and freelance, but it's always best to have an agent and a good, well-known agent. So
Okay. When was that commercial shot?
let's see. April of last year is when it was shot. It went on air in May. Really, it took 3 weeks. The commercial was out, and it has been running about in every state since it came out. It's worldwide.
Oh, okay.
But it's not SAG. See, if it would have been SAG, I would be rich right now because it's shown everywhere. But that's okay. When I'm supposed to get SAG, I'm gonna get SAG.
So how did you feel when it released?
Well, I didn't see it. That's the thing, because you it's like you do the commercial, but you're not the person to see it. All of my friends saw it. They were sending me screenshots and videos from all over the place.
When did you see it though?
I'm going to tell you, I was getting my nails done. I want to say, was it, Lord, like I said, further down the road, but I was getting my nails done and I just started screaming. They said, ma'am, we see that commercial all the time. Okay, then. They said, we didn't know that was you. So, of course, the second time I seen it, I was in Chili's and I started screaming and hollering. They said, well, I guess that was you that was on the TV because nobody screamed that loud unless they screaming for themselves. So, yeah, I've seen it, but I ain't seen it as much as everybody else have. But I don't take the time to sit down and watch TV like that because a lot of times I'm so busy in my booth. I probably spend, 10 to 12 hours in the voiceover booth. So when I sit down and watch TV, it's about time to close my eyes. I'm just that dedicated to my craft.
Okay, that sounds good. Dominique says, "Let's go, Sharon. I see you." Okay,
Someone from the voiceover school, that's one of my biggest fans.
there you go. You got a couple of people on Facebook. Miss Erica, she says, "Good night." Ruth says, "Go, sis." Erica said, "Let's go, sis," again. And Danae, she said, "Come on, voiceovers." So yeah, everybody's in
Hey,
here tuning in. They getting a lot of love on the
thank
stream.
you. Great.
Hmm. I'm surprised they didn't give you the clip like after it was shot.
No, they ain't gonna give it to you that soon because they won't make sure that you don't post it anywhere. So, but the thing about about anything, but especially commercials, you don't ever see yourself, but you're happy when everybody else sees it, especially when they sending you clips of what's happening. But you don't really see yourself. Like, for example, when ViStar Credit Union came out, that's another big one. Actually, Gina Lachey from Georgia, she saw it, and it was during the Super Bowl. Was it the Super
Okay.
Bowl? No, excuse me, Macy's Parade. And here I was in Miami on the Bright Line train on Thanksgiving Day. And
So you
she's in Atlanta. So my nephew, he says, "Hey Sharon, did I see you on a bank commercial?" I said, "Where was you at?" He said, Lubbock, Texas, where I'm originally from. So that made me feel good that a lot of these commercials are making it all the way back to my hometown instead of everything being in the Florida and Georgia area. So I'm getting around.
okay? All
I'm
right, you
famous.
okay? Yeah, you working it. You working it. I mean, you listen. Like you said, discipline, man. I mean, you say you in the booth to for 10 to 12 hours, so you really truly working on your craft. But like, it what keeps you going to work on your craft for so many hours a day? What's your inspiration? What's your why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
My why would be because if I don't do it, who else gonna do it? Like Jill would say, Jill is my instructor for barbell and cycling. She's one of them anyway. And she says, if you don't squeeze it, nobody else gonna squeeze it. Now she talking about your glutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it? So I do what I got to do for me. That's why I'm in acting. It's all about me. And I have to show myself approval by doing this stuff every day, practicing, doing the auditions. Lord Jesus, dealing with the rejection. I probably have had so many no's and I've had yeses. I've wanted to give up. I actually just did a demo on Never Give Up, and I posted it in the school group because if you give up, what else you gonna do? I just retired from the federal service, and if I don't do acting, what else am I gonna do? But no, that's what I'm gonna do to prove it to myself that I can do this. So I never give up. My inspiration is truly, I work out just about every day, 5 days a week. And I'm a cyclist. And people know I'm crazy. I come to the cycling class with the whistle, with the pom poms, with the lights. We have a complete party. If you ever join me, I'll get you in, honey. But I'm the light of the show because I got so much stuff going on. So when I work out, it's like a mental health thing, but at the same time, I'm giving light or shining light to somebody else. You don't know what somebody going through. So
True.
my working out keeps me going. I do my thing at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, 45 minutes to an hour. On Tuesday, I got a personal trainer at Crunch, Mr. Mike Carter. You know who is Coach Mike, and he always tell me, "You famous, keep going, keep doing this." And I'm like, I wish he would leave me alone. You seen it on, the video that I probably sent you. The man is hardcore, but I got these people that really want me to make something out of myself. So I can't give up. The day that I give up, the good Lord and Savior gonna take me away from him. And then I'm gonna keep on pushing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mm, mm.
That makes
It's a
sense.
good point that you make about when people get told no. A lot of
Mhm.
people just don't know how to understand that magic word, and they take it so personal because they either go through a process. They say they want to be in this, like, any type of profession. Let's say if it's like, whether it's fashion design, whether it's acting, singing, whether it's trying out for a professional team. A lot of people, sometimes they get told no, and if they don't get into the school they want, they don't want to go through the process of being told no, because it's a form of rejection that people don't sit down and take time to really reflect. Maybe, something was off. Maybe the timing was off. Maybe you weren't supposed to be there. And there's something that I learned over the last, like, about 12 years, about an acronym of no. It also does mean next opportunity. So just keep looking for the
Oh,
next opportunity to go to the next level. So the no's are building you to the yeses. Okay. So when somebody tells you no, you got to understand all you need is one yes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you said that because one of my friends in voiceover told me, think about your nose as being that boyfriend that didn't want you, that husband that should have married you. He didn't like you. He didn't like you, did he? So you had to wait till you got the right person to come along to say yes. And so when I'm doing the audition, I got to know, okay, so he don't want me. That's okay. He don't want me. That's okay. But the right person will. I told him that was kind of silly that he used it as an example, but that was a good way to do it. You know, sometimes you got to go through some jokers before you meet the right king as a queen. Remember that.
Yeah, because well, since you was talking about the men, I think that's why he specifically said it to you because of your personality type. I think that's why he used it when it comes
Okay,
to
then.
you.
That's all right. So the right one always come along and say yes, and that's all I need. But I like that acronym, the acronym NO, next opportunity. I will never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
So
one.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta go for. There's a book called "Go for No." You want
Mm,
to go for your nose so you can get to the yeses.
okay. Okay.
Most people get distracted with the no's and they don't understand it's a process to get to the yeses. It's also
All
it's
right.
a period of trial to. It's a character build. That it's that plateau, that
Mm,
playing field that a lot of people don't get to the next level. That's why there's only a few people that really truly succeed in their particular industry because of that particular word. No.
well, I'm telling you another thing. God probably tired of me because I be where you at? I mean, and look, especially when you get in the booth, it's real quiet. Especially when I used to have to close the door. I said, Jesus, I know you hear me. I knew you. I know. Ain't nobody in this closet but me and you. One day I'm just knocking on the door. Hey, Jesus, you busy? What's going on with my short list? What's going on with the bookings? He probably. I'm so tired of this girl. It's been rough, but I'll never give up.
I believe you. I think the people around you, based off of your support and the people that's commenting in the stream, I believe that everybody is rooting for you to win. Stephen, Joy, and Camille are really rooting for you to win. They are in the comment section rooting for you.
Thank you. And Joy, you know what this is, honey? This is my mini pom pom. I won't see y'all in the morning, baby, but guess what? I want y'all to continue to pom pom for me.
There you go. There you go. So, do you see yourself doing soap operas?
Ooh, you know what? I thought about it. If Bold and Beautiful were to call me, oh yeah, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I don't know what it is, but I still would like to do the narration part of it. And now we have the Bold and the Beautiful. I like to do a narration part.
You can do the narration too. I
Yeah.
can see you. I can see you doing the narration of an audio book. You ever thought about doing an audio book?
Oh Jesus. I think that's a cuss word. That
Do a why?
because they take about 4 or 5 hours. They don't want to give you no money. So
Really?
no
Hmm.
audio, you probably got to read the Bible or something before you get paid. Cause some of these others, they come out on the pay to play site, they don't be paying nobody nothing. So I'm like, I don't know about all that. So, but I'm let's just say that I'm in the midst of the training. They offer all of this on the school app. Does everybody know the VO school app? They offer all these different types of voiceover. What I want to say, Lord, these categories. So audiobook is one of them. I love to talk. You're gonna do a whole lot of talking for a little bit of money. So I don't know. I figured, well, I could probably do about 2 or 3 commercials or online ads before I got to sit there and do 4 or 5 hours of an audiobook. But eventually I'm gonna have to. I got to be able to say I did everything, get that up under my belt as well. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you. See, I can see you doing that.
You got a lot of hope for me, Jesus Christ. Oh
I can
Lord.
see you doing that. Since doing the meditation, put the headphones on, and you just telling me a story, and I'm trying to go to sleep. I can see you doing that.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely make that a consideration. How about that?
Okay. I mean, audience, that means she don't want to do it, but she gonna do it anyway. She don't really want to do it. She don't want to do it. That's what that means. Yeah, I do
Right.
it.
It takes a lot. It's time consuming.
You don't want to do it. I mean, you do got the voice for like audiobooks. I didn't know that they didn't pay like that. Wow. I would thought they would have paid like that.
Like I said, and I probably as you read that Bible, they be getting something for Psalms because that's a long book right there.
You got, go to the book of Psalms. Read from Psalms.
Well, let me tell you something. I've been checking them out. Read my word every day, and they be like, "You ain't supposed to leave the breaths in there, are you?" I mean, I'm so picky now since I'm in the field. I'm listening to them read the Bible, and they just be breathing so heavy. I'm like, you supposed to take the breaths out as you editing or something. But they made it, so I can't. Ain't nothing I can say.
Maybe you could
It's
be the
real.
next lady on Grace for Purpose prayers. Maybe you could be one of the other ladies that's narrating on there.
Who knows, right?
You know,
Who
they,
knows?
you got that smooth voice. You could do that.
Well, they call in the voiceover word, they call it sultry. So have that sultry voice, deep and natural, articulate. I'm working on my articulation. That's hard to do as a Southern woman. It's very difficult. I'm
You
working
think
on it.
so? You think so?
Yeah, because I'm like, instead of me saying yes, I want to say, yeah, honey. See, so you gotta change up a little bit. It's difficult. But the crazy thing is, I'll be honest with you, they tell me to be myself. How I'm gonna be myself and do a read, and you want me to say the book says 2026? No, no.
Nah, I wouldn't listen to it. I'm just gonna change to the next station.
But that's what I'm saying. But they asking me to be myself, but then they want me to be articulate and be somebody else. So it's not as easy as you think it is. For me, I told you
Gotcha.
about a matter of fact, voiceover is harder than a commercial. A commercial is just emotions. Commercial is just having fun. Voiceover, you almost got to change it to somebody else. But it's rough. I don't care what nobody says, it's rough. But I want to do it. I love challenges. I'm always up for a challenge.
Gotcha. Do you have any particular goals that you're trying to reach this year?
Oh, I done told you. $100,000 is
Hundred
awarded
thousand.
to
That's it.
Mrs. Sharon McKay Angwin, voiceover.
Okay. Any other goals?
$100,000. Actually, SAG. I actually want to book my first SAG commercial or my first SAG opportunity,
SAG.
as
What is
well
SAG?
as SAG is Screen Actors Guild. So that's actually where you're not, I wouldn't say you're non-union, but you're getting paid at a SAG rate. So that means a lot of the jobs that normally just pay the lower budget, SAG, let me put it another way. When you book a SAG, every time they showed that USAA commercial, I would receive residuals if I had been a SAG actress. If that had been a SAG commercial. If that makes any sense. You get your royalties. So if the royalties had been $1, $2, every time it showed somewhere, I'd be rich. That's why you want your SAG commercials, your SAG bookings. So that's my goal. That's one of my goals. One of the main goals I should have said in the beginning is I want to get a whole lot much closer to Christ, because I feel the closer I am to God, besides me and him being in the voiceover booth together, the closer I get to him, the easier it would be for my accomplishments to happen. I wouldn't worry so much. I wouldn't be so concerned. I would be more at peace. So that one is my number one goal, is getting closer to Christ. And I do believe that all things are possible. But that's one of them. I guess, like anyone else, getting out of debt free completely, and just enjoying my life. I just recently retired last year in 2025. I was really surprised and really shocked. And now being retired, I'm able to do pretty much whatever I want to do in the industry, and it's a blessing. But so that was one of my goals. So now I've done that. What else am I going to do next? And that is just be myself, enjoy my life. Those are my goals.
Got you. Would you say your goals do they frighten you? Do they make you scared?
Yeah, because the more they call it, more level, more devils.
Hmm.
It's the truth. Because I speak about so highly of wanting to be like a couple of people in the group that have made the $100,000, of people that are rich. But sometimes you get what you ask for. Because just because when you get there, I see people writing. It's scary. It is scary. But somebody got to do it, right? Why not me?
Yep, that is true. Said Dominique said, yes, Sharon is an inspiration for me, keeps me motivated, and never give up on my voiceover career. She is the best.
Thank you.
And he said, God don't play about you, Sharon. He got your back.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then in Facebook, they say, keep on doing. You're doing great. She's always been relentless. Do your thing, Miss Sharon Ruth.
Thank you. Now, who said Sharon Ruth? Who said that?
Glenn Jackson.
Okay, then.
Glenn Jackson.
he would call me Sharon Ruth. I'm gonna get him for that.
Okay. Yeah,
Let me say thank you, Bug.
okay. Gotcha. So how would you communicate your vision to people if they was to come and like ask you what you do? How would you communicate that to them?
Besides the fact that you figure out in your mind what it is that you want to do first pray about it. Because maybe what you want to do is not what God wants you to do. And that could make things much difficult. Once you prayed about it and you get the answer that you were seeking, so to speak, you go get yourself some training. Whether it's one-on-one or whether it's in classroom training, surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing. You don't want to be around somebody that's hanging out in the street, not doing anything, and you call yourself want to be an actress. So that means that you have to go get the training. You got to make it happen. You got to hang. My husband says this all the time. You got to be around people that are successful in order for you to be successful. So the most important thing is training, 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 training. And you're never too old to get training. My aunt said that she left this world at almost 91. You never get too old learning until you leave this earth. So I would say training is very important. Investing in yourself, that's a big one. Some of us done spent a whole lot of money, whether it was equipment, whether it was training, whether it was coaching, you name it. If you don't invest in yourself, ain't nobody else going to invest in you. So those are the different steps that you have to take besides believing in yourself. That's something that I had a lot of trouble with. Believing that I could do it, that it was possible, self-doubt, lack of confidence. All of that has to come together as one in order for you to become successful. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. Because if that's the case, I would have been unheard from Shaquille O'Neal. Yes. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. But when your time comes and it's for you, you will get it. But you have to take the necessary steps to do this, to make things happen. That's the advice I would give somebody that's wanting to do something. And you're never too old. See, they think because you seasoned, you can't be no actress. Well, honey, somebody need a mama. Somebody need a granny. Somebody need a police officer. Somebody need a judge. Done been there and did it all. So they need me, and I'm going to give it to them. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's good. The add on to what you said, Les Brown has a quote. He says, "You're never too old to learn and never too young to teach."
Okay. That's a good one.
So yeah, that's good. That's good. What would you tell somebody that's just getting started to in acting? What piece of advice would you give them?
That's a good question. I get that quite often. People that just come up to me or people that come into my DMs and my social medias and say, well, how did you get started? And I like, again, basically you get online, you research, you find yourself legitimate agencies, you find yourself legitimate schools that, that's schools that's qualified to teach whatever it is that you're going after. You got some people that's going after modeling. You got some people that's going after just voiceover. Some that's just going after theater, commercial training. So whatever it is that you're seeking, go on Google and make sure that what you're doing, who you're training with is legitimate training to get you to the next level. But remember, even though you train with somebody, like you're going to school, you go to college, ain't nobody gonna give you a job. You got to put the work in, put the effort in to make things happen. So I would say mainly start off with your training and then continue to, but make sure everything's legit. It's a lot of scams out there, a lot. Some people just trying to take your money. You got people that say, well, I train you, and they charge you thousands of dollars. Even when actually, when I started John Casablanca, again, I was doing acting and modeling. And I had a lot of rip-off photographers that would tell me, hey, look, this is all you got to pay, and I'll get you in a magazine. Tons of money just thrown away. But I put a little sealy on them. They took all my money. I said, that's all right. What you done to me, it's going to come back to you. And guess what? Some of them ain't even shooting photography no more. So, I mean, all jokes aside, make sure that you look everything up. Today, we got Google reviews. And my sisters tell me all the time, you love to look stuff up. Yes, I do. Reviews are important to me because I don't want to be giving my money out, investing in myself, and it's not benefiting me. So please make sure you do your research.
Photographer said that you put you in a magazine. You mind telling us how much you spent?
$9,000.
What came with this?
Well, he was telling me that he needed to purchase a new camera, and I was young and naive.
I don't believe that. That boy, wild for that boy.
That's all right. But prayer changes things.
Yeah,
he ain't doing a darn thing now. And I told him, I said, what you did to me will come back on you.
Yeah, that's so basically, audience, he ain't had no equipment.
He didn't have no updated equipment.
He ain't had no updated equipment. He ain't had no shooting location. He ain't know nobody in the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
But I promise you, every model have went through that. And ladies, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't doing it. Do not take your clothes off, lingerie shots, boutiere, nude for nobody. See, I wasn't doing that. Don't do that because you wanting to be a model. You keep your clothes on. Nobody want to see you naked. They want everything to be private. But people think, well, let me do these naked shots because then it'll put me in a magazine and make me out of something. No, it gives you a different name. And I wasn't doing that. But the money was spent. It hurt me real bad. My auntie told me, she said, don't you ever, that was my savings. Don't you ever do nothing like that without calling me if you're uncertain, you're unsure. But it happened. I grew past that. And I told him, God is going to give me 3 times the money that I invested in you. So we want to look at it that way because I never got my money back. But we live and we learn. And that's what happened to me. That's why I told you, do all your research. It's important because we have people out there in the industry, especially if you're young and naive. I want to be a model. I want to be an actress. They'll take you and they'll take you fast.
Yeah, that's crazy. One thing I want to add to that too. Sometimes, you got to really look at, your integrity and their integrity too. Yeah. Does it align? You got to see, how people move and how they are, as far as business and things like that. And sometimes you have to tell people no or for the next opportunity because your integrity is on the line.
Yeah. I just knew when to stop. And like I told you, I don't take my clothes off for nobody. That wasn't happening. Not for no industry. That ain't doing that.
Yep, and the crazy thing about that part of the industry, it's a lot of bad stuff that's going on, like that type of stuff like that, and you're gonna have to really uphold your values, and this is where your test of faith is too. Can you tell no matter how much money is involved? Would you keep your integrity intact for based off your values? Would you tell them no for this? Oh yeah, I'll give you this, you do this. and you'll go to the next level, but is it really worth you going to your next level because you're sacrificing your integrity? I don't believe so.
But some
That's when
people
you gotta stay
don't
in your.
see, they don't see it like that. Some people don't see it like that. It's all about I just wanna, I don't know what they're thinking. You know, when people do some of the things that they do, because like I say, even myself, that was a big mistake. I just heard I'm gonna be in a magazine. You pay that kind of money, I could have bought the magazine. If I'd got in contact with the right person. That just,
$9,000,
$1,000.
man. It's crazy. When I was featured in GQ magazine, it wasn't even that much money. It was out GQ Great Britain in London. It was maybe $300 a month for each ad. It wasn't nice, but that's a casting call. That's a photo shoot.
That was
That's an interview. That's a
that was
commercial.
my savings.
Ugh, ugh. When did this happen?
2000 and let's see. So of course, it was after 2010, so probably about 12 or 13, 2012 or 2013.
Okay.
Long
Okay.
time ago. I've grown and I've learned. Don't play with my money because I won't play with you. So
That makes any sense.
that's my motto.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's been a lot. It's been challenging. And that's why I tell all my models, be very careful. Be very careful who you're dealing with because like I said, some of these things can lead to worse than than what you expect. You're thinking magazine and the wrong person gets you behind the scenes and they're whispering in your ear, I can do this and I can do that. No, some don't feel right. So like I said, my mistake only was I'm gonna buy myself an upgraded camera, then I'm gonna put you in the magazine. So and that's where it went.
Ooh. Hmm.
I'm
Well,
smiling.
yeah.
I'm smiling because I really want to cuss. I got too many holy people on the line, so I'll be quiet.
They said not too many holy people. That is funny.
Yeah,
That is funny.
God ain't through with me yet, but I ain't gonna cuss today.
Makes sense. Now, do you have any shows coming up? You have any gigs booked? Do you have any commercials coming out in the upcoming months?
I have no idea. Well, basically, lately, what I've been doing is doing a lot of auditions, but it's funny that today I had, 2 days in a row, and we go there three again. I've had is it Alzheimer's? I've had three opportunities. One is for a commercial, and two is for voiceover. So I said, okay, Lord, maybe try to tell me something on that one. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting, on my short list of my results of the commercials on the callback. So possibly one will be coming in tomorrow. Cross them fingers and toes. But I'll find out, because with voiceover, it's a lot, you're waiting for the short list. The short list is when you actually make it to the list and they're trying to decide between you and somebody else whether or not you made it. And so I will tell you that my most recent booking, I just got the footage on it, was YouTube, and it was done with clients out of UK as well as Australia. And it was for someone that was 18 to 35. I don't look nothing like 18 to 35, but they just like the way that I speak. And so a lot of times when you see something and you see the age range, well, I'm not 18 to 35, just do it anyway, because they don't even know what they want, but they got me. And I even asked, when they asked me, did I have any questions at the end? I said, I just want to know. I know y'all know I ain't 18 to 35. And they said, we know. I said, well, then how did I get chosen? They said, it was just the way that you speak and your personality. And that's what we wanted for our commercial, for our voiceover commercial. And it's for a YouTube ad. So you never know. Don't ever doubt yourself. You want to do it, honey. You just do it, because even the casting director don't know what they want. Just go for it.
So I should see you on a YouTube app just randomly in the next 60 days.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Once they release everything, even the Obama Foundation, I just recently booked that one. That one, I think I got a couple of more weeks before I can actually promote it. but that was a nice one as well. So a lot of good opportunities coming up.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any closing remarks?
Um, I truly want to tell everybody that is listening, I want to thank y'all for supporting me. Of course, before I say goodbye, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. That's Sharon McKay, SHARON_MCKAY, Angwin. Facebook, there we go. Oh God, I forgot you put the picture up there, huh?
Yep, sure did.
Okay, now that picture is associated with Herbalife, of course, because I'm a promoter as well. Of course, that's my logo. That was made by Mr. Eddie. He did my logo for me. I give him all the credit for that one because it's absolutely beautiful. That was made by a gentleman he's not even in the country. I don't know what John is, but he made that for me. My closing remarks would be to everybody: whatever you want, you go get it. You don't let nobody stop you. You never give up. But before you start anything, pray and ask the Lord for what it is you're supposed to do. My pastor say this all the time, Pastor David S. Jock, TKC. He always say, write it down in pencil because God may got something different that he wants you to do a different direction. So I write everything I do in pencil. That way when it happens, I can turn around and rewrite it in pen. So document, document, document. Pray, pray, pray. Most important, never give up.
That's good. Go back and rewrite it in pen.
Yeah, started out, write it in pencil. My pastor
Pencil.
told us that, write it in pencil. But when it happens, when it come to pass, write it in pen. Because then it's a permanent thing. You can't erase a pen. You can scratch it out, but you can't erase a pen. It's a permanent thing.
Good. I like that.
Yes,
I
sir.
like that. I would say my closing remark is stay true to yourself, stay the course, stay the path. How I what I haven't been doing is talking about how it ties back into fashion, but this live I can definitely tell you how it ties back into fashion. Um, just being yourself and being who you are is fashionable.
Mm.
Understanding how your personality, understanding what your gifts and talents are fashionable. It's actually is runway fashion because it's only one you, is one personality, one voice, one energy. All that stuff is specifically catered to you to change other people's lives, and that's what people are looking to the purchase and how they looking to market you, and they're taking pictures with you. They're want to market with you. They want to do certain things with you, and it goes back to my famous quote: once you discover how unique you are, you begin to change the world around you.
Ooh, I like that.
So you already told people how to find you. I'm gonna tell everybody how you find me. Like, share, subscribe to the Royal Blossom Company on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to the Royal Blossom Company on Rumble. Make sure you follow Miss Sharon on all her social media. She's on Instagram, Facebook. We also on TikTok too. Are you on TikTok as well?
I'm not on TikTok, but I am on YouTube.
Okay, she's on YouTube. The same.
It's Sharon McKay Angwin. It's
Okay.
Sharon McKay Angwin on Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, I'm also on Beat Down Bronze. That's my fitness page. And so, yeah.
All right. Make sure you go ahead and follow her on her journey. She's out here growing. If you want to reach out to her for any questions, comments, and concerns, hit her up. Make sure you support her on her journey, and make sure you go to see us on this festival this Saturday coming up. We're gonna be out there. There's gonna be some special promotions. Until next week, we're gonna have another phenomenal guest as always. Till next week at 7:30 Thursday night with Pineapple. We are out of here. I hope you got something blessed out of this. Everybody, we are out of here.
Thank you.
No problem. Everybody, y'all have a great night. Appreciate all the support. Man, you got a lot of support too.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Let the church say amen.
Thinking
Thank you.
about, should we want to put that song back on before we
Oh
get to it?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and put
Let
it
me let
back
me get
on.
let me give it to him.
We gotta give it back. We're gonna turn it up a little bit. Hold on.
Okay.
Girl, you got it. And you might as well show it. So, girl, you got it. Act like you know it. Girl, you got it. And you might as well show it. Girl, you got it. Act like you know it. Girl, you got it. And you might as well show it. Girl, you got it. Act like you know it. Girl, you got it. And you might as well show it. Girl, you got it. Don't be shy. Girl, you got it. Let's have it good time. Girl, you got it. Girl, don't be shy. Girl, you got it. Go and do your thing. Hey there, baby. I see you look good tonight.
I like that.
With your hair.
That's that. Yeah, that's that King George right
That's
there.
right. That's right.
That's
Girl,
that
you
Bishop
got it. You
Ray.
better act like you know it. Thank you.
All right, we'll see everybody later. Everybody be